Having completed 6 sessions over the past 2 weeks, we only had 5 more runs laid out in front of us to achieve the goal of taking a person from no running to their very first parkrun. The chosen participant, Anne-Marie, would continue to follow an abbreviated version of the Jog On First 5K training plan. A 6-week program designed to take someone from zero running to their first 5K. Carefully constructed with expert advice from elite-level athletes and conditioning sessions structured by physiology author Dr. Richard Blagrove, it's a superb resource to get you successfully running 5 kilometers. You can find the plan at thisisjogon.com. These final 2 weeks saw a brave-faced Amy push further than she ever believed she could.
Oh, that was really hard.
Even to the point of doubt.
I don't want to do this.
Where we had to wonder, had we taken it too far? I'm Harry Morgan, and this is Jog On. Rolling up next to Amy, I exited the Jog On van.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Harry here, and welcome to week 3 of the project to get Amy from no running at all to her first ever 5K parkrun. Let's begin with the obvious update. Amy now has a pair of Jog On socks. We felt like it was right to give her a pair after all this amazing hard work and effort.
I love it.
The cool thing about today is this session represents halfway through the project. Amy, I've got to start by asking you, we set you a homework session, which was on the cross trainer.
I'm doing my homework for the week. I'm just about to go on the cross trainer.
How did that go?
It was difficult, but I feel like it had to be done.
I did 30 minutes.
So Amy, let me tell you what today's session is. We've done a bit of sand, bit of tarmac, bit of gravel path. We haven't done so much on grass. So your blocks of running, 5-minute run, 5 by 2 minutes of running, and then 5 by 1 minute of running. So you're coming right down. So you've just got that 1 5-minute block, which for you at this point shouldn't really seem like this gargantuan task because you've done 10-minute blocks now.
You like to think. I thought it was going to sound worse than that.
Yeah, so let's kick off week 3, halfway through the project with Anne-Marie. Let's try and get her to that 5K start line.
Now a trio of Jog On socks and ready to take on these next 5 sessions. It began with a 2-minute walk warm-up and then into a
2-minute jog, which is basically a very steady shuffle just to get the blood flowing for Amy, get the legs warmed up a little bit, ready to begin the 5-minute block. For context, right now, England is in the middle of quite a serious heat wave, and it means the grass is much less green than usual. We found a small section of tarmac. I lied. Start with left leg first.
A few minutes later, we took Amy through some drills, beginning steadily and then increasing to more dynamic movement. We were ready to begin.
Amy's going to start the watch because I've got one hand on the camera. 3, 2, 1, 5-minute block. Let's go. Fantastic work. You're becoming more and more of a runner every day. You've now started a watch, Amy. We're going to take the grass path here and track the edge of this field.
Having done a few runs, is there any kind of achy muscles, any sleep disturbance? What are the changes so far? Have you noticed anything?
Sleep has been great. I always sleep well, but I've been sleeping very well. Just a bit tired. I haven't really felt achy.
That's good.
Just generally maybe a tired body.
3 minutes out of 5. Amy?
Hot.
Bit arrogant. Legs?
Yeah, fine. My stitch is now going.
Oh, good. Breathing?
Bit heavy, I feel like.
Yeah. Positive thinking.
Looking at the grass is making me thirsty.
5-minute block done. The beginning of the first 2 minutes. We've got 5 by 2 and then we do 5 by 1 and we're finished.
Just like that.
I'm trying to make it more palatable. It ain't working.
There was no choice but to keep working our way through these grass reps.
Let's go. This is the kind of session that is very hard to do by yourself, and it's just rep after rep after rep. So it really helps to have someone around you. A little bit of conversation here and there if you can manage it, and get to the end of what can be quite laborious if done solo.
We pushed on, tapping away over the grass, Amy becoming tired to the point of beginning to look like a model for Vogue.
Amy's just saying that her stitch is getting worse now.
But the fashion icon exchanged sass for determination.
Keep going.
That is the final set of 2 minutes, 90 seconds worth of rest, and then we go into our 5 by 1 minutes. The idea being that Amy just turns the speed up a little bit to represent that she's doing a shorter window of time for her effort, therefore she can increase the intensity slightly. 5 by 1 minutes and we're done.
Amy was able to pick up the pace over her first 60-second effort.
Brilliant.
That was really good. That was a lot quicker.
Oh my god, 8:30s.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's good.
Great.
We went down to 8:30-minute miling there from Amy, which is absolutely fantastic. Her 3rd week of running, and she is aware that she can push it. She can open up those hips. You see it in her form and the way she grimaces. You know that she's working. Great stuff, Amy.
As Amy hammered out a few more single-minute reps, we were down to the last one, but the struggle was clear.
Okay, final minute for Amy. 60 seconds and she is done for the day. Louisa's got to feel like there's always one more rep left.
Yeah, you can always find a little bit more in yourself and dig a little bit deeper just for that last rep, because you know it's going to be over.
Okay, don't leave Amy behind. Love this. Amy's really having to push it. What? Boom! Beautiful, Amy.
Oh, that was really hard.
You had to dig deep there.
Yeah. Oh, that's the most my legs have hurt. They just don't want to move at all. I did it.
You absolutely did it. Well done. Boom.
You could see that Amy was starting to push. You know, if she's got that, you know we're going to get her through this 5k at the end of it.
We hoped.
Finally back at the Jog On van, a great run from Amy today, and that completes the beginning of week 3 and session number 7.
I mean, even recently I've thought, can I actually do it?
Hello, Harry here. We're driving currently to a different location once again for session number 8. Now, I'll let you know, Amy doesn't know this yet, but today she has hills. She's going to have a set of around about 5 reps up a hill. And this is really to get her to start to understand building leg strength, but also more importantly, how to really push in those moments when it hurts.
Session 8 began with a light introduction to some of the strength and conditioning routines featured in the Jog On training plan. All was going well until the knee press-ups. Finishing this, we were
Going to take her up to the spot where we're doing the session. She doesn't yet know what that session is. We'll reveal it to her when we arrive there. To begin with though, a 5-minute jog to warm up with. Just hit a bit of a slope, setting the lungs of Amy on fire.
Oh dear.
I was just talking to Amy about the fact that when we've completed today, we will have just 3 more sessions and then it will be the 5k, which is quite scary really. Does that make it more real?
Yeah, it doesn't seem long enough to get it done.
You've kind of got that one chance to kind of hit it.
Yeah.
I was meant to be making Amy relax. This isn't really working. I think it's time to reveal what today is. You're not running for a big period of time at all. These are very small blocks. In fact, they're going to be 20-second blocks. That's how short they're going to be. Yeah, really short stuff. And you're going to be doing 5 of them. Now, the difference is we're on an incline.
Great.
So this is about really just digging in and pushing and holding in a pain cave for 20 seconds, and then we walk or jog back down.
So when we were slowly jogging up to just begin, and I
you
was
were
saying,
already-
oh, this is how work, you were both laughing at me.
There's 2 reasons for this. Hill training can be great for strengthening the legs up. The angle is changed slightly and you're having to drive quite hard, and that will start to build up the leg in a way that is different from the flat. The other thing is the mental challenge, which already we've seen you start to develop, gritting your teeth and just focusing and thinking, this is over in 20 seconds, let's just go for it. Any thoughts about that?
Well, 20 seconds doesn't sound horrible. I might change my mind very quickly.
Possibly.
but
Let's do a small hill session with Amy and see how it goes.
I don't want to do this.
Amy definitely doesn't want to do this. We're slowly seeing her mentally break down, but that's okay. She'll thank us when we got to that park run, or not. 3, 2, 1.
driving up the hill. The 20 seconds was over as soon as it had begun.
It's not so bad.
Making our way back down, there was no turning back now for Amy. I adjusted my watch for us to go again.
Second to 5, 20 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Realistically, I'd just like to get fitter than I am now and, you know, more toned than I am now, because I might be slim, but it's all
Slim but soft.
flabby, yeah.
It's definitely not flappy. There will be people watching you right now going, no. How dare you? Flappy, you should see me. That'll be a soundbite.
You know, I'm slim but flabby.
That's 2 out of 5 done. Brilliant running from Amy. You can see the arms coming up. She's really driving. I think she's getting it.
GB Louise took the next one, encouraging Amy to keep her chest up and continue driving up the hill. For the 4th rep, as part of a mental challenge, I gave Amy some distance to just hint at the idea of running solo, often a big obstacle for many people trying to improve their running fitness.
So Amy, this is the last of the 5 20 seconds.
Thank God.
How have they felt so far?
By the time you say about 15 seconds, I just can't seem to push it any further.
The last part is mental. It's sort of
Yeah.
thinking on with your mind as much as it is your legs that are burning at the time.
And I'm thinking, why haven't you said it's time yet? Surely.
It feels like the longest 20 seconds when you're doing this kind of stuff. Right, final 20-second set of the 5. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Final 20 seconds. Keeping it consistent. Very nice, Amy. That's 10 seconds. Oh, it's starting to burn. Last bit. That's the last one we do. Time.
Oh, thank God.
There you go. Brilliant. This is a sort of microcosm for running in that it's horrendous in that moment. As soon as you finish, you go, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a champion. But now one of the things that people do sometimes mistake is they think on hill reps that you just look for the biggest and steepest hill possible. That's not the case, because once you go past a certain level of incline, you just can't turn your legs over fast enough.
Yeah.
If we took you to a massive steep hill right now, you could not have run as fast as you just did. So you still want the intensity there, but you wouldn't want to go much steeper than this. As Amy may recall, it was uphill on the way, which does mean we're going to have some declines on the way back, which is something nice to look forward to. Let's get this done. Really looking forward to session 9 and getting ever closer to the final week and that start line where Amy will take on her first ever 5k run.
Pulling out, I wave farewell.
Bye, Amy.
See you soon, Amy.
the closer we get to it, the more I've been thinking, I need to be able to do this.
Hello, Harry here. Once again with Amy. This is session 9 and it will be the last session of week 3. Just behind us, Amy, is that start line for the park run. Is it weird to be here, thinking you'll be here in a week from now?
Yeah, it doesn't quite seem real, really. I'm going to feel completely different on the day.
The difference is there'll be people. There'll be a lot more people. It's very quiet at the moment. So what we're going to do today is kind of like a part dress rehearsal, but at least to show you some of the course, get you familiar with it. One thing I'll say is that we've checked this course out and we have picked it because it's particularly flat. We'll show you the 2 very brief moments where there's what you might call a mound, you know, nothing too insane. So the session itself, first block we're going to do is 35 minutes. I'm joking. It's not. Can you imagine? The first block is a 10-minute.
Yeah, okay.
Then a 10-minute.
Okay.
Then a 5-minute.
Yeah, that's what I thought it might be, actually.
You're not running anything today you haven't done already because you have done a 10-minute block. It's 2 of them and then a 5. In between 2-minute walk, as you're probably getting used to now.
Yeah.
And then, look forward to being here in 1 week from now.
Scary.
The strange yellow sliders came off.
Cool. So everyone would gather here, Amy. We'll find a position within the throng.
That makes it real.
It won't be front line. Everybody, this is the one to watch. If you can beat this girl.
Whilst warming up with the walk, we used the time to explain sections of the course to Amy, as well as what she could expect on the day.
Yeah, when we get to here, having done a loop, that was it's incredible.
That'll be great.
4 minutes just straight down there. And that's the real kind of moment.
This led to drills and some strides to open the legs, during which Amy once again demonstrated she did have some basic speed.
Okay, start of the first 10-minute block.
Jogging around the course, Amy had spoken to me in our conversation about one of her childhood issues that had potentially kept her from running all this time.
So I cracked my spine when I was younger because of hypermobility, just stress fracture over a period of time. So I was in a full body plaster cast in year 6 when I was 11 for 3 months. And it was horrible. Obviously, my core muscles were really weak after that, so I was doing physiotherapy to build that up and things.
Just seeing the course in the daylight, what we've picked is a really attractive park run. It is nice and flat, with the exception of a couple of short, steep rises. It's great for Amy to be here. It's going to build the mental confidence.
Distracting Amy, I gave her some advice on remaining composed whilst passing friends and family by holding her breath.
Hello, family. Absolutely fine. And then you get past. There is one section of the course that'll be a little bit weird. It's a kind of hairpin bend turn. I don't know if they're going to set out a cone or a marshal, but we've actually put out a temporary marshal as practice for Amy to go around. Try not to crash into him, elbow the marshal. That never goes down well. Thank you, Marshal. What a natural. Hairpin bend marshal training complete.
My back has always hurt, so when I was going to the gym at uni, there was a period of time where my back was agony and I was going to the doctors again and I had to stop everything, and it just seems to always stop me at some point.
7 minutes of the 10 completed.
Absolutely great stuff from Amy. 2 10-minute blocks in just her 3rd week of running. Can you believe it?
No.
Incredible improvement. We're talking about her first day when she ran 5 by 90. 10-minute blocks. There we go. 20 minutes exactly, and we have run exactly 3 kilometres.
Amy high-fived the marshal, and we went into our final rep.
1 5-minute block to go.
Taking us down the exact path that would lead Amy to the finish line in just over a week's time, she picked up the pace to finish session 9.
2 1 time. Amazing. That is 25 minutes worth of running. There's no point sugarcoating it. It's going to be an uncomfortable 30 minutes, whatever the time is. You'll have your first ever 5k. A huge thing.
On my first park run.
It'll be amazing.
I demonstrated how Amy might like to finish her 5k.
Come through. Whoosh.
And then
Walk down.
Just this once, Anne-Marie's mum had come to meet her, clearly proud of what her daughter had already achieved thus far.
We can say with real confidence here that you could be anywhere in that kind of 29 to 34 minute bracket. We don't know yet where. It depends what happens on the day. This is results from last week. You can see all the 34s there going into 35s, 36s, 37s, and it goes right up until that person there doing just under an hour. 59 minutes and 15 seconds was last time. Bar your legs falling off, you're never going to run that. So hopefully that sort of eliminates some of the concern on your part of this idea. Is that something you ever think about? Like, I'm going to be last?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be last. Everyone's going to be watching me and thinking she is really struggling here. Yeah, all of those things.
Which leads me into asking, you've now walked, jogged, run the entire course. How do you feel about the course and doing this on Saturday? Does it make you feel more confident, less confident?
Definitely more confident. It was really nice to see the course, see that it was actually flat, and yeah, that I can do it. It's made me feel much more determined. I can do it.
We know it's possible. It's now just about how much can we stitch together, how much of those walking breaks can we start to reduce. I'm really glad that we were able to finally bring you to where the parkrun's going to take place.
I feel better.
I think the hardest session was the canal session.
Amy, we've brought you to the canal. You haven't done a canal run yet.
No.
Do you think it's going to be nice to run alongside the water, or do you think it's going to be boring to just be running out and back?
I mean, I think it's going to be beautiful.
You're right, it is scenic. The nice thing is that you get to not think too hard. There's no roads to cross, nothing like that. Okay, I'll read it out to you. So it's blocks of running, bit of a pyramid. So 3-minute run, 6-minute run, 9-minute run, that's your top point, back down, 6-minute run, 3-minute run.
Okay, last session, I was really proud of myself.
Yep.
So I think I can do that.
Okay, here we are, the final week. It's session number 10.
A walking warm-up led us to a running warm-up. Always wearing the reliable Jog On socks, we began drills.
Do you remember the thing I said about rather than just flicking up, actually trying to pull it under a bit so you get more of a rotation to the leg? First set, 3 minutes. 3, 2, 1.
As we started session 10, we had no idea that this would turn out to be Ami's most difficult session of all.
It's my breathing, I think.
Now we're doing these training runs, having been where Amy will run. I do find myself visualising us there.
Winding up at a spectacular ruins known as Odium Castle, we took a moment to gaze at the stone before setting off to continue down the canal. Dodging gates, the sun relentlessly beat down on us as we tracked the calm water.
We're looking at getting Amy to 18 minutes here. We've done a 3-minute, 6-minute. This is moving toward the end of her 9-minute block now. Is that Anne-Marie, the famous 4-week runner? The girl who made it to 5K in just 4 weeks? Amy's distracting herself by waving at cows. That's one way to relieve the pain.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, I'm dying. How are you?
But whilst I was enjoying myself, Amy was not.
It's really starting to suck now for Amy.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes, Amy, to go.
No, I just feel tired and it is hot.
We're going to grab you some water before the final set of 3 minutes. But this is what's so important, is the knowing how to push through when it sucks like this.
It does.
Is there an enjoyment when you're moving, or does it always come once you finish?
I mean, I do enjoy it when we're doing it, because I feel like I am, it is an accomplishment and I'm proud of myself that I am doing it and it is happening. Yeah.
But the real enjoyment comes finished,
At the
that
end.
relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rush of endorphins. I mean, it is, you get it, there is a small buzz. And I think one of the positives is that we've seen you finish those runs and you do have a smile on your face and you do have that kind of drop of the shoulders, like relief look. We passed kayakers and walkers.
Make way for Anne-Marie. Hi, Amy. Brilliant. You're nearly done.
I feel done.
Yeah. I know it sucks, and in the coach role, you almost have to make yourself void of a little bit of empathy. Otherwise, you're thinking, oh no, it's fine, we'll let you stop. You have to be a bit more robotic about it. Like, no, you need to complete this, we need to get through it. Hello, cows.
Hi cows.
Amy now driving up this slope over the hump and down the other side. This is her 4th set, and it's the 6 minutes coming down the other side of that triangle.
Rather worn out, we allowed Amy to pause for water before the final.
3 minutes.
And we're turning. Good practice for that point at the park run. Let's go, Amy!
A final effort to the tree and
Time! Brilliant. Great stuff. That was the 3 minutes with Amy, and our canal session is done.
GB Louise took Amy through some stretches to finish and discussed her achievements so far in this big project.
Like Harry was saying before, we've done 4 weeks.
Yeah, 1 session left isn't long enough to actually be ready, I don't think. It is going to definitely be a psychological thing on the day, isn't it? Just got to do it.
That was when I thought, it's realistic.
Session 11.
This is the final session before parkrun with Amy. This is session number 11.
The reps would consist of 2 15-minute blocks to total half an hour of running, by far the most Amy would have ever done. We were rewarded with glorious conditions as the evening sun turned the park in which we ran a light gold. Under our shoes, the paths kicked up clouds of dust and we hit a milestone.
So this is officially the furthest Amy has ever run. We're well past that previous line of 10 minutes. She's now run for over 14 minutes and we have just 60 seconds left. Last bit now for Amy.
2, 1.
Quarter of an hour of running.
Oh, that's crazy.
Tired though she was, Amy was willing to take on the second rep.
Okay, we're going to go for it. The second 15-minute block, and that'll be the session over half an hour of running. Have you got 15 more minutes in you, Amy?
I'm going to try.
Okay, 15 minutes, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
We began the last training run of the project.
This is just absolutely marvellous running here from Amy. It's not really even a session anymore. When you're getting up to 15 minutes blocks, it's almost really just a run. Come on, Anne-Marie! Yes! Heavy plant crossing? What does that mean? There's a really fat petunia walking over the path.
There is a natural ability there. We've seen you run, you're quite light-footed, you have a great build for it, and I think there's a real potential to ramp up. But What is it, being 27 now, that means, yeah, I'm interested in this project? How do you look at the next decade?
I mean, I feel like I've got to build that fitness up now, yeah, and I want to establish those routines so that in the future it'll be easier. And I also get really tired, which I know this will help, but starting off, it's difficult to make myself do it when I'm exhausted after work, and I don't want to do it.
We're going past some dog walkers, you can see the look in their eye. Even that man back there was going, yes, Amy, we believe in you. The dog walkers are behind you as well. 2 minutes to go. Even GB Louise is doing a strange aeroplane celebration.
The last 120 seconds of running was set against some of the most beautiful evening weather we'd seen throughout these 4 weeks, rolling into a countdown of 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
We'd done it, and Amy had run not one, but 2 of her biggest blocks so far.
4 weeks to get to 2 by quarter of an hour. That is great work. Feeling happy?
Yeah, I am feeling really happy. I've definitely felt calmer the entire time.
Last of the sessions done by Amy. All that's left to do is run the 5K.
Amy had completed an incredible 11 sessions from the Jog On training plan. Session 12 would be the parkrun itself. A full 5,000 metres was standing between Amy and the completion of this project. Could she pull it off? There was only one way to know. It was time to take on her first parkrun. I'm Harry Morgan, and this is Jog On.
Oh, sorry.
Sunglasses up. How did it feel? Sorry. How did it feel?